When I was in junior high school, everybody called me Alex Silverwoman, and let me tell you,
Oh.
devastating.
Wow.
Got you.
Wow, yeah. They got your ass.
Yeah.
Kids are geniuses. They got some like top insults. That is insane.
They just called me Caleb mostly.
Caleb. Oh,
Caleb.
I'm sorry. Strangely, I was never bullied about my first or last name growing up. I don't know why. I was very lucky.
You are. You're so lucky.
I was, never bullied.
Wow.
Like ever. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been bullied. I've only been bullied online, which is every day on this platform.
Yeah,
So you're making up for lost time.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
my parents were my bullies. My school people just kind of teased me, and it was just because I was small and very talkative as a child.
Good thing you're on podcasts now.
That's right.
Welcome back to Western Kabuki. This was a big week. Of course, Christmas. We're in between Christmas and the holiday season, New Year. But that's not that's not what is important. What is incredibly important is we witnessed the Groyper War, the Great Groyper War online. It was kind of a big time to be online. It's been a couple years since the last Groyper War. Julius Tugger, we have here with us today. What are your thoughts? Yeah.
I'm
Julius
afraid.
Tugger,
I'm afraid. Is that a real character in the Groyper universe? A person named Julius?
No, Julius Tugger is my current Twitter. By the time this airs, I'm sure it won't be Julius Tugger anymore. But
Caleb. Caleb, did you enjoy your holiday season, aka Groyper War 2?
Well, no, because nerds have taken over the White House and jocks like me are under attack. And it's a very scary time when we have people trying to I guess, supplant the American culture of football and cheerleaders and jockism with these computer boy nerds. It's very scary. I'm feeling, as a football enjoyer, I'm feeling very marginalized with the Doge committee.
You're being attacked.
I'm being
the time.
oppressed.
You're being
for
oppressed.
My beliefs.
Ballers have never been more oppressed in their life.
They're going to take away the playoffs, man.
That's what they're going to cancel next. Cancel culture is over for the wokes. They're going after the jocks.
God, this is like my dream come true. I'm so excited.
See,
Caleb can't push me the fuck around
when people
anymore.
were calling you a deep state plant, they were right.
Oh.
And we have Alex as
Who
always.
really funded Reply All? I want to know.
Yeah, Alex.
Shit.
Who funded Reply All? Tell us.
Right off the bat.
Well, to be honest, it was a bunch of tech guys. What the fuck is that guy's name? Chris Sacca? Do you know Chris Sacca? He's like one of those tech fellas.
No. He's gone.
Yeah, I booted him. I'm sick of it. I'm fighting back.
We're fighting back against the woke.
We gotta leave that
shit.
in. Alex, when you're listening to this later, I know that I didn't actually kick you out. Your computer probably crashed. But
You didn't? I thought you did.
No.
Oh my god.
You're just like, fuck you. Get out.
That's insane timing. He's talking about the funders for his old show and he just vanishes.
Yeah.
They got him. Folks, they got him.
Uncle Soros got him.
The cabal of pedophile elites, they got him.
Why don't you reply to this?
Jesus Christ.
Hey guys, I went on a long monologue without realizing that you guys were gone.
That's okay. We were making fun of you getting kicked off either by me or by Uncle George Soros. So.
Well, the answer to your question, like the genuine, honest to God answer to your question is, a lot of tech guys funded Gimlet.
Shit.
Like Chris Sacca was involved. Do you know Chris Sacca? He's like a venture capitalist. Like
Never heard of him.
Like he's not like a Mark Andreessen type. He keeps a pretty low profile. But like there were a lot of like their whole pitch was like Gimlet is going to be like it's going to be a startup in the same way that like, a traditional tech startup is. So yeah, a lot of weird tech guys funded my show. So if you want to call me a sellout, I accept it.
I mean, they throw the money and then they take it away. You were oppressed too.
Oh, absolutely.
They created a monster, and that's their problem.
And they always do.
Yep, they sure do.
I will say that when I worked at Gimlet, especially after it was bought by Spotify, I was constantly in trouble for giving them lip, basically, for things.
They wanted to kill you.
I made a very public show of of not liking their choice to hire Joe Rogan, and I actually had to write a public apology in our Slack channel as a result of it.
No way.
Yeah, dude.
I forgot. No, I actually genuinely forgot they had Joe Rogan on Spotify. He was like their biggest draw for a while, and then I think he just recently this year.
I think he pretty much remains their biggest draw. I mean, it was like $200 million deal or something like that. Which is
well, I don't think he's on there anymore, at least exclusively.
No, they renewed the deal. He's still there.
Okay, damn.
But I got in trouble for that, and then one time,
again going after the jocks. Just another humble information merchant getting taken down.
I know. All these trying to fired for truth, you know.
Joe Rogan, we see you.
And then one time, I wanted to do a story on workplace surveillance, and I wanted to talk to them about it because they do a lot of workplace surveillance there. Which I understand, because they're trying to like hang on to their technical trade secrets or whatever. But
that's kind of awesome, though, that you were like, "Hey, my boss, can I talk about how you do some shady shit?"
And they were like, "No, you can't. And also, you have to abide by like our like public speech policies." And I responded to the person who sent me that email, and I was like, "I don't know who you are. But that's not that's like not how this goes. You don't get to tell me what I can and can't cover." Well, it turns out that person who I didn't know was the head of global HR at Spotify. And that may not have been the best decision that I've ever made.
They put the hit out for you ever since.
Anyway.
Holy fuck.
You got undercover bossed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love whenever we get info about like what you did in the past and like behind the scenes of Reply All. It's always
acting
very funny
a fool
to me.
is basically the long and short of it.
Yeah. And we have special guest Diana Thirst. How are you doing?
Fantastic. Hello.
Yay. What are your thoughts? I mean, I think we're going to spend at least a good part of this episode talking about the Groyper War that we just witnessed. But what is your like initial thoughts on the Groyper War? Did you have a side? Did you pick a side in this? Were you just watching?
Well, I would never pick a side in the Groyper Civil War. You know, both sides, all the troops, etc.
They're all brave soldiers.
Yeah, I'm just happy to support the troops, I guess. That's my takeaway.
I was definitely cheering on Laura Loomer. I'll be real about
Dude,
that. I wanted her
Laura
to handcuff
Loomer
herself to Twitter again.
Oh,
Laura
I'm always
Loomer
rooting for her.
is going wild, dude.
She's one of my all-time favorite villains. Like, she really is just... she's incredible.
Comeback poster of the year 2024.
Yeah.
It's insane how she's been relevant for just like posting insane shit for almost 10 years now, right?
Yeah,
she
at least
asserts it like nobody else. Like just like
like
when you forget about her, she's like does something extreme, screaming in the public square. Yeah.
I think I don't know if we're going to talk about this one specifically, but my favorite tweet of hers during this whole thing was she was just like, she got her like blue check and everything taken away, and she was like, "I now understand the Luigi Mangione." It's like, God damn. Yeah, did you not see that one?
No.
Yeah, she literally, it's still up. It's still there. She's amazing. She's amazing.
For anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, and
who wants to summarize this?
Count myself among them. I'm like I'm pretty unclear about like sort of the inciting incidents and what's going on exactly.
So I'll be honest too. I'm not very familiar with the inciting incidents because it happened on like Christmas Eve night and Christmas Day, and I'll be so honest, I have like family and I wasn't really online. So I didn't really see what started it. I initially thought the guy, that weird employee of Twitter that works under Elon, I think his name is like Yassine or something like that. I thought he was the inciting incident by calling like white people lazy or losers or something like that.
I think it goes a little before that.
And yeah, that's what and I still don't quite know the inciting incident.
It first came on my radar with the Vivek tweet, which I guess, should I just read the whole thing? I mean, it's long. It's like it's
so
not
good.
a tweet.
It's so good though. You have to.
Okay.
Like all of it. Like the thing is with this one, it's like sometimes we talk about, like, especially in the worst tweets episodes, we talk about tweets that are very long, but this one is just like pure gold. It might be one of the best tweets of the whole year.
This is contender for me for sure. For best / worst. Okay. So this is like, this tweet happens like first thing after Christmas. He wakes up, pulls out his phone. This is like 7 a.m. and he posts this. The reason that, and the whole, by the way, if you don't know, the whole like the whole thing this is really about is the war on H-1B visas, which we'll talk more in depth about that. But like immigration is what this is about ostensibly. Okay. The reason that top tech companies often hire foreign-born and first-generation engineers over, quote, native Americans isn't because of an innate American IQ deficit, a lazy and wrong explanation. A key part of it comes down to the C word. Culture. That's the real C word. Tough questions demand tough answers, and if we're really serious about fixing the problem, we have to confront the truth. Our American culture has venerated mediocrity over excellence for way too long, at least since the 90s and likely longer. That doesn't start in college, it starts young. A culture that celebrates the prom queen over the math Olympiad champ or the jock over the valedictorian will not produce the best engineers.
So insanely good. Oh my
Direct
God.
attack on jocks.
Speaking as a two-time math Olympiad, I have to say I'm feeling seen right now. Thank you.
As a guy who is trying to court like the most racist people, what are you doing, homie?
We're gonna talk about
move.
tactics right immediately after this. Let's 'cause, yeah, you're completely correct, Alex. But let's continue first because this is a heater. A culture that venerates Corey from Boy Meets World or Zach and Slater over Screech and Saved by the Bell or Stefan over Urkel and Family Matters will not produce the best engineers.
Wow.
Oh my God.
What I love about this one is that he's pompous and wrong, which is my favorite kind of tweet.
Yeah, because that's not from Saved by the Bell, right? He's not
Screech
from
was stupid.
Screech is stupid,
smart.
and he's like
he
a
was just a
perv.
dork. Yeah, he was just horny.
He was like a
He
a
just wanted to
creepy
fuck
little
Percy
perv.
Turtle.
And so was
Oh wait, he was the guy with like the curly hair, right?
Yeah.
He was kind of a dork. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
and honestly, so was Steve Urkel. He was like a stalker. That was like
Steve Urkel was a creep. He was a pervert, dude.
I mean, he's being logically consistent with the sort of makeup of the Trump cabinet, but like,
Okay, if you don't know, Family Matters was there's the family and the dad was a cop, Carl the cop. If you've seen the memes, Carl of Duty, all that stuff.
Yeah, love the show. I genuinely one of the best.
Fantastic
sitcoms.
show. I used to when I was really little, I would watch that with my family. Steve Urkel was the next door neighbor, and he was the creepy nerd who wanted to date Carl's daughter Laura. And the entire thing was he was like Pepe Le Pew pervert going after Laura, the Carl's daughter, and that's why Carl hated him. And Carl was the jock cop and had to keep the nerd away. That was the underlying dynamic of the TV show.
No,
Sex
calling
pest.
him Pepe Le Pew is honestly maybe the best comparison I've ever heard in my life because he genuinely like walks like that too. Like he's like holding his suspenders, doing like he's like walking.
Can I fuck your daughter?
That's how French people would talk if they had American accents.
it absolutely is. Everything comes out of their noses. They're all like, can I fuck your daughter?
Yeah. And then
Can I fuck your daughter?
Stefan was when he made some sort of nerd concoction that like made him cool, and Stefan was just, I guess, the actor that played Urkel, who was like the cool Urkel. And
my understanding,
the jock
honestly, is that when Family Matters became a big success, especially the character of Urkel, Jaleel White, who played Urkel, was like, "Hey, I'm tired of being a fucking nerd on this show. I need to play like a hot normal guy because no one wants to date me." So they made
people, I mean, because you would probably like back in the day go up to him and see him and be like, "Did I do that?"
Yeah.
Like you'd say his line.
Yeah, you go to a bar and you're trying to like mac on the ladies, and everyone's like, "Oh shit, it's Urkel. Say the line." Like,
Say the line, Bart.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
I decided, because I don't like myself, to watch some of the the new Star Wars show Skeleton Crew, and Urkel is like a space pirate in it. The guy who plays Urkel, not Urkel.
Shit.
It's not like the character of Urkel is now.
Oh, that's Urkel. You can say it. He's Urkel.
The character Urkel is a space pirate.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, that just goes to show that you're even to this day, like 30 years later, calling him Urkel.
Well, you know, it's funny.
He's in a totally different show.
I posted on Blue Sky, "Yo, Urkel's on Skeleton Crew," and someone was like, "Actually, his name's Jaleel White," and I was like, "Come on, his name's Urkel."
But he's like a great actor, generally. I don't exactly know how we got on this tangent, but, you know, like, Vivek is insane. Like this comparison is just not correct at all, because he's like in Family Matters, you were like put it perfectly. He's like a weird pervert.
The tweet continues. More movies like Whiplash. Did you guys see Whiplash?
I have.
It's about a jazz
The message.
drummer.
Can I summarize it?
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, no. The message of the movie is it's really good to have an abusive instructor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole message of the movie.
As a guy who played jazz drums in high school and college, that's what I took from it.
Yeah, it's really cool to just like be like taken advantage of by your instructor and like forced to do everything at his whim. That's like the message here.
Okay. More movies like Whiplash, fewer reruns of Friends, more math tutoring, fewer sleepovers, more weekend science competition, fewer Saturday morning cartoons, more books, less TV, more creating, less, quote, chillin'.
Whoa.
More extracurriculars, less hanging out at the mall.
Okay, now you're attacking me.
Yeah.
Tweet
Chillin'.
One by one, we're all turning against this nerd. The knives are coming out.
Genuinely is like a tweet from like 1999 or something like this.
Yeah.
Like where did this tweet come from? Did he like dig it up from like a time capsule and like, okay, it's my time?
Like he's the same age as me, so this makes me feel really fucking old. Like, are you serious? Like, what are you talking about? Most normal American, he is my same. He's 38, right? I'm 38. Anyway, most normal American parents look skeptically at, quote, those kinds of parents. More normal American kids view, quote, those kinds of kids with scorn. If you grow up aspiring to normalcy, normalcy is what you will achieve. Now close your eyes and visualize which families you knew in the 90s or even now who raise their kids according to one model versus the other. Be brutally honest. You guys want to think about that? Want to take a minute to do the Vivek thought experience?
Let's really take that all in.
Okay. Imagine a nerd. He continues. Normalcy doesn't cut it in hyper-competitive global market for technical talent. Even if we pretend like it does, we'll have our asses handed to us by China. This can be our Sputnik moment. We've awoken from slumber before, and we can do it again. Trump's election hopefully marks the beginning of a new golden era in America, but only if our culture fully wakes up. A culture that once again prioritizes achievement over normalcy, excellence over mediocrity, nerdiness over conformity, hard work over laziness. That's the work we have cut out for us, rather than wallowing in victimhood and just wishing or legislating alternative hiring practices into existence. I'm confident we can do it. American flag emoji, American flag emoji. This is what kicks all this off. And I have to say,
why is Donald Trump associating with these fucking
nerds, dude?
They're all losers.
This is why he put Vivek on the kids table at Thanksgiving, the Doge committee, because he's a nerd. Donald Trump tried to buy the Buffalo Bills. He doesn't want to hang out with this dork. He put him on the fake thing. But I love, like, what does he say here? He says, nerdiness over conformity. I'm sorry, but nerdiness is the orthodoxy of the moment. Young Sheldon has a spin-off show. There's a Young Sheldon cinematic universe. You fucking dorks won. What are you complaining about? That is the orthodoxy of the moment.
War. Yeah. I don't know. It's just like a stunning tweet. He comes for like the entire ethos of the Maga movement, like kind of a machismo sort of like dude bro type of guy. He's like coming for all of these people.
He's coming for
He's
me.
like totally misfiring.
I mean, a large part of why I think the Democrats perform so poorly is because they talk down to everybody. And and Donald Trump is just sort of like, I saw a pizza with God's face on it. Like he's like on everybody's fucking level. And
I saw it on Facebook.
And to give a speech like this is just bonkers. Like it's just so tone deaf.
Like,
considering where people are
just saw
coming
the Democrats eat shit for doing a different version of this. Although, like, they did do the Tim Walz thing. We're like, okay, we bring in the football coach. It's like the one smart thing their campaign did. It's like, oh yeah, let's do camel hats and have Tim Walz talk about football on the Pod Save whatever podcast. Like, okay,
and then like their base responded like to the way that a lot of people respond to the Democratic Party, which is just like yelling at him. They started yelling. Like, I mean, it was like that was the kickoff moment. I wasn't sure if that was the kickoff moment or if he was responding to something that was said. So he just out of nowhere.
There's a series of spaces that's been going on about how, like, because there is really a big schism between. We can call it what it is.
I would say like like Groypers versus like the Maga like faithfuls, I guess. I don't really know. There's
Well,
factions here now.
I would say the Maga faithfuls are kind of like with the Groypers in this. So like really what this is like the America First project versus essentially like tech bros is kind of the schism, right? The Groypers being just very racist. They don't want immigrants. And we're going to ignore a lot of that. There's like some disgusting racism that's under, we can laugh about the other stuff, but just remember, like underpinning all of this is like very disgusting racism. So you've got that, and you've got kind of the people who are like, you know, like they're amenable to those things, of course, but they're more really interested in like, wait, like we voted this guy in, we did all this shit, so like I could get a job. Why are we giving these to immigrants? Which is, of course, a dullard conclusion of the whole H-1B system. But still, you know, you've got that. Then you've got kind of like the Viveks and Elon Musk when he steps into this, and that's kind of where the schism starts.
Yeah, that's just been like the really stunning thing is like, I mean, I think we kind of knew based off of the first Trump administration, I think especially where he got in office, you know, he claimed this like ultimate victory, and they get in, and like, sure, he does do a lot of really bad stuff. He does kind of destroy a lot, but at the end of the day, Trump really didn't do too much, and they're not even in office yet. Like Trump's campaign, Doge is not even like materialized in any way yet, and they're already doing this. They're already falling flat in the face and losing.
I think we all knew that Elon
everyone
would completely shit the bed, but I thought he would at least make it until Trump got into office.
Yeah, they're not even. They haven't even started yet.
That's what's crazy, and like. I don't know if Elon is like falling on his face because Trump agrees with him apparently as of like yesterday. Trump is on Musk and
that's because
assumedly
Elon Musk truly is the president. I thought so. I'll say this.
I think he is.
Yep, he is.
I thought those memes were really dumb, and I was like, okay, like the Democrats, you hammer on this, I guess, but you guys are so stupid. Like you're not gonna win with this messaging because you're gonna fuck it up. Like I understand the tactic, trying to draw a wedge between Trump and Elon. Yes, I was wrong. I'll admit it. I thought the Democrats would just fumble it because they were just too heavy-handed with it, and it's already happening. You know, so I'll take the L on that.
I think it makes perfect sense that the Republicans immediately are just self-owning, like that. That's always been the case, right? It's never been the Democrats. It's always been just like they shoot themselves in the foot.
It is, and it kind of it goes to further the theory that I kind of subscribe to at this point about like the right wing generally just as a party, but also like online, specifically in America, where they need like right wingers need like liberals or like leftists who exist in the same space as them. They need to have them as like a countervailing force to get anything done in terms of like rhetorical like style.
Yeah,
like if, like that is the whole like blue sky thing,
right?
Their whole existence is like inflicting pain on their perceived political enemies.
Yeah, they only exist in opposition to the libs, and once the libs are not a going concern, which is definitely the case now, because there's they've got all of the chambers of government. There's just like no juice there.
Yeah,
like, this makes perfect sense.
They have to fight each other now.
Right. Because usually it's the Democrats who are like the nerds scolding everybody, but that's what they're doing now. So of course their natural reaction is to get really mad at that. That's what they live to do. They're the victim now. They're being scolded. You know.
Now they go like, what would Urkel think?
Fuck.
Famously popular Steve Urkel in 2024, almost 2025. Alex, if you want to read this, I did drop a news article into the chat, or somebody does. I read the tweet.
I'd love to.
We'll go around the table.
Yeah, so this is, I think, an article about Laura Loomer getting involved. Like
we
started talking about her. Yeah, she's an incredible addition to this whole war. If you want to go,
she is my queen.
I bow to her
in the Maga Civil War. Ironically, obviously, I do need to state that because she is awful, but she's my queen. I will ride or die for her. She's she represents kind of like how I love Cat Turd is because he's a poster. You know what I mean? As a fellow poster, I have to support Laura Loomer.
Absolutely. No, and Cat Turd still got it too. He's having like a great time during all of this too. Holy shit, I've been like checking in on him every once in a while. Him and Laura Loomer are like popping off.
Wait, where does Cat Turd fall on this?
He's like he's kind of like not super pro Groyper, but he's like basically agreeing with exactly what they're saying.
So when I said it was like the dullards take to be like, oh, we voted for you to keep Americans first because like this is like it's like a correct assessment until the prescriptive state of like, wait, we voted for this reform candidate to like make our material conditions better. And then incorrectly like, well, wait, why are you giving H-1B? Why are we doing immigration, right? Like, let's make this better for native-born Americans or whatever, which is like wrong for a million reasons, but that's kind of where he stands.
And before we get to the article, that's the crazy thing is they're like, oh yeah, let's change this for like the working man, but then you elect the richest, the richest people alive ever in history to do it for you. It's like, of course they're not going to be on your side. What do you fucking morons? Like they're stupid. Of course Donald Trump's not going to reform H-1B. He uses it. Like, what are you talking about?
Loomer, can we have this conversation? Because I knew we would need to have it. Like,
absolutely.
This is part and parcel of like the entire like the major contradiction of like the MAGA movement or whatever. Like, okay, H-1B visas, like the tech bros are the first to sound off about this because of engineering jobs, computer boy jobs, whatever. But
all nerds, basically.
The nerds start. But like, if you think about this and follow this to its logical conclusion, if you are going to do the mass deportations, they're going to round up immigrants and get rid of them. Well, how many other industries, all these fucking idiots that drive big old trucks because they have drywall companies and they got their Trump flags on them, the ones that I see every day on the fucking job sites, who do you hire? What happens to you when we deport all these people and remove them from the country? So all this squawking is actually like, we laugh about it, but it's important to pay attention to because that's going to get out of the tech sector very quick if when Donald Trump takes office actually follows through on his promise of mass deportations. That's going to affect agricultural jobs, construction. I mean, it's going to hospitality. Think about how many of these jobs require this inexpensive labor from predominantly Hispanic people.
I mean, I never took the sort of most polemic things he said that seriously anyway, because it just seemed like.
Yeah, I don't think that he's going to do. He'll probably do some symbolic deportations and stuff like that. But it'll be very bad and evil. Don't get me wrong.
He's going to fuck. What he's going to do is fuck over Muslims again because they're the easiest.
Exactly.
Target.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so this article is called Elon Musk accused of censoring conservatives on X who disagree with him about immigration. It is by David Ingram. Tech billionaire Elon Musk faced accusations of censorship Friday. Oh, this is on December 27th. Tech billionaire Elon Musk faced accusations of censorship Friday from fellow conservatives after several prominent right-wing accounts who had criticized Musk's views on immigration said that they subsequently lost access to premium features on Musk's social media app X. At least 14 conservative accounts said late Thursday or Friday that X had revoked their blue verification badge, cutting them off from a variety of premium features, including the ability to monetize their accounts through subscriptions and advertising revenue sharing, according to a review conducted by NBC News.
There's nothing worse than that. There's literally nothing worse than losing your blue check and monetization, your 10 cents.
I mean, if you're Laura Loomer, it's kind of, there is kind of nothing worse.
Wait, actually, yeah, Laura Loomer's been fighting for her blue check for like so fucking long. This is like a blood war for her, actually. I didn't even think about that.
This is why it's so funny. This is what she handcuffed herself to the fucking...
I was about to say, like earlier, a couple of hours ago, she tried to make an account on Blue Sky, and within an hour, they banned her.
Yeah.
Wow.
And now she's really mad on Twitter because she's been banned from Blue Sky already.
Yes. Oh, hell yeah. I missed that entirely.
Sorry, I'm so excited. I had to tell you.
Thank you so much.
The accounts were all still active Friday, but without access to their monetization features. Some of them said they worried about their ability to keep posting. I always worry about my ability to keep posting.
Me too.
Yeah.
Without it, what is life even?
I don't. Strike me down and I'll become even weaker than you could possibly imagine. That's an Ed Zitron post. I can't take credit for that.
Shout out, Ed.
Some conservatives said they considered X's actions to be a betrayal by Musk, who purchased the service, then known as Twitter, in 2022, in part because he said it had unfairly limited conservative speech. Musk has since called himself a free expression advocate, even as he calls for jailing some of his critics.
What a lie.
And that is in reference to him saying that former State Department official Victoria Nuland should be prosecuted after she went on television and criticized him as a tool of the Kremlin. So,
fuck yes.
Musk and X did not respond.
God, I love it. I love this country.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Musk and X did not respond to requests for comment on Friday, but on Thursday night, about an hour before some conservatives started complaining about losing access to X's premium features, Musk posted what he called a reminder on X. He wrote that the site's algorithm automatically reduces the reach of a user if they're frequently blocked by or muted by other credible users. Quote, if far more credible verified subscriber accounts, not bots, mute/block your account compared to those who like your posts, your reach will decline significantly, Musk posted. But rather than satisfying people complaining about censorship, the post elicited even more accusations that Musk was shadow banning his conservative critics or reducing engagement on their posts, without officially disclosing such actions to affected accounts. The actions by X came in the middle of a heated online debate on the subject of future immigration policy under President-elect Donald Trump, with anti-immigration Maga loyalists denouncing the influence of pro-immigration tech executives and investors such as Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy. Many of the affected accounts were affiliated with one media brand in particular, Conservative OG.
I love that name. Sorry to interrupt. I love that name so much.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like a bunch of Groypers, right? That's like the Groyper organization.
We're gonna have.
Or is that
We've got a couple of clips that we're gonna play in this soon, and it's some of the spaces that are being referenced here were fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I've never heard of
Wait.
Conservative OG before. Is it like a name in conservative circles, or is it just like someone that popped into relevance because of this particular event?
That's outside of my
From what I understand, it's just kind of like a group of like Twitter people, basically. From all I can like, that's all I've noticed from this. I think Laura Loomer was in that. I think she was associated with that or something like that. It's just like a group of online people.
Have you guys ever seen? It's some sort of meme account, but it's I've not looked, so I don't know which painting it is. But it's some sort of Renaissance painting avatar with a "Make America Great Again" hat. And it turns out it's a meme account. I'm sure you've probably seen it.
I feel like I've seen 6 million of those.
Okay,
Right,
well, it's like
I know
the
that.
main one of that. It's an Italian person who's in this space screeching, and we're gonna have that clip.
Oh, I watched that. I know exactly what clip you're
Yes,
talking about. Fuck
yeah.
yes, yeah.
So
Okay.
It's like I think his name. Because I love the name. I think I remember what it is. It's like I meme, therefore I am, or something like
think
that.
that's
Is like his
it.
account name,
I'll find
which is an incredible name.
Preston Para, a 23-year-old influencer and head of Conservative OG, said he considered the actions by X to be a, quote, political takedown in retaliation for publicly disagreeing with Musk's pro-immigration views. He said he plans to keep fighting Musk, not only to get his premium features restored, but also to ensure that Trump pursues his restrictionist immigration policies. If anyone thinks for 1 minute that the real backbone of the right wing and MAGA is going to stand idly by while these big tech gillionaire Silicon Valley dweebs who didn't get bullied enough in high school steal our country, they're mistaken, Parra said in a text message. He said he believes Musk to be a Trojan horse in the Trump camp. Trump announced that Musk...
That's right.
Do you agree?
I agree. I want that. I want them to keep saying that.
They should absolutely keep saying it.
That's
I mean,
right.
it's incredibly true.
Yeah. No, they're right. They're so right.
At least 3 of the affected X accounts have more than 1 million followers each, including the accounts of Ryan Fournier and Laura Loomer. Fournier, a co-founder of Students for Trump, said he had the blue verified badge on the social media app since 2016. He wrote on X that he had no clue why he lost it this week. He did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Premium subscriptions on X include several benefits, such as increased prominence in the replies to other accounts, posts, and the ability to apply for sharing ad revenue. Loomer, a far-right activist and close Trump ally, said that X demonetized her, cutting off her ability to collect subscription fees and other revenue on the site, and revoked her verification checkmark about 2 days after she began criticizing Musk over tech industry visas. On Tuesday, Loomer wrote on X that tech billionaires are like termites who have descended upon Palm Beach, where Trump is working on the presidential transition from his Mar-a-Lago resort, and she kept up her criticism as the week went on. Musk mentioned her in a post on Thursday, writing, "Loomer is trolling for attention. Ignore." And hours later, Loomer says she lost access to the premium features. Looks like Musk is going to be silencing me for supporting original Trump immigration policies, she posted on X. That was my best Loomer impression, by the way.
That was good.
You killed it.
Calling the changes to her account retaliation. She did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Andrew Torba, the CEO of the far-right social media app Gab, has in the past praised Musk, but on Friday he criticized the billionaire for silencing others and invited disaffected X users to come to his platform. Torba is openly anti-Semitic, and on Friday also posted that people have two choices: be racist or be replaced. Jesus,
Well, there you go.
Jesus.
It's not the first time X and Musk have been accused of silencing users, despite Musk's vowed commitment to free speech. In September, X said it temporarily suspended a journalist for posting private personal information after he shared a document that appeared to have been stolen from the Trump campaign. That's Ken Klippenstein, right?
Kenny Clips.
They love to never mention his name
Shouts out.
whenever they
Yeah,
reference him.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
it's,
with
Always
that.
get screwed.
it's
The
because...
journalist's name is Ken Klippenstein, everyone. Say
Is
his
it
name.
Stein? I'm sorry.
Shout out Ken.
The reason they do that is because every time he posts something, he's like, this is the thing that NBC was too chicken shit to post. So they're always trying to get back at his ass.
Critical support for him. He's doing what most journalists at most organizations will not do, clearly.
In 2022, the platform suspended the accounts of several other journalists who wrote about Musk. In July, X suspended the account White Dudes for Harris, which supported Vice President Kamala Harris over Trump,
That was a
and in
tough day for
August
me, too.
temporarily shut down Progressives for Harris.
You lost one of your accounts.
Yeah. And that is the end of the episode of the article. That is bonkers.
Yeah, that's
man.
that's
Good
it.
night,
See you
everybody.
next week.
Bye.
No, that's like, I don't know. Like the thing with this Laura Loomer thing is like I feel awful for saying like she's kind of right about pretty much everything. Like the like tech bros going into the Republican Party.
Ignore the racism. She is incredibly correct on a lot of things that she's saying. It's like embarrassing that we're getting better critiques of Elon from her. Like, for instance, you know, the average salary that she went after Elon for is like whatever, 70 grand a year. And she's like, oh, you're so concerned with like declining birth rates, but you don't pay, like somebody could work at McDonald's and with the amount of hours you want them to work, 80 hours a week, somebody could make just as much or more at McDonald's. So why the fuck would anybody want to work for you? You're a hypocrite. And it's like, damn.
She's like, right.
She's fucking
correct.
cooking, man. I hate to say it. That's my queen though.
And that's why I think like people on the left and like this is why correctly I don't think we have to like over explain why the left has been very averse to like tech bros. Like we like the left, and even to an extent somewhat, not entirely, but like the Democratic Party liberals are very skeptical of like tech bro type guys because they all do this sort of thing. They just want power. We have seen that. I mean, we've had Ed on over the last couple of years on this show to talk about like how evil the tech bros world have become. They like want to take over everything. And that's like what successfully Elon Musk has done in this election. He has granted, he has been granted the keys to the White House, essentially. Like as cringe as that might be, he like essentially, I truly do believe to some extent he is kind of president. Like he is driving the car at this point. And that's like the dream for these tech bros. That's what they want. So like the fact that she is calling out what is probably one of the few on the right. I'm literally not giving her credit. Do not. Yeah, I'm not trying to be like, oh, she's so smart. She's not smart. She's stupid.
But she's just reiterate. She's not actually my queen. I feel disgusting saying that.
6 months from now, you are going to be fully red pilled, Caleb, and you are going to attribute it all to Laura Loomer.
It's crazy watching her say what like everyone kind of knows, at least on the left. And people on the right are like seemingly now grappling with like all of these like, and of course the people on the right that are grappling with this are not good people. They're racist. They're Groypers. They're Nazis that are like now trying to like coming to the understanding that these rich people that basically won Trump the election are not their friends. They're not going to do blood and soil. They'll give them lip service. I think my current theory is that Elon Musk genuinely thought that some of these people were doing like a bit, like they were doing like a joke, like, oh, haha, of course I am racist. I hate these people. I am a Nazi. Haha. Because I don't know if you guys
thought
saw
he was getting like like 4chan B racism, but he's actually getting 4chan poll racism.
and like part of that is like he would for a while before the election be like, oh, the left is calling all of you Nazis. We should just like they're just making us reclaim that. And like all of his Nazi fans were like, yeah, we have to do that. And he's just like, oh, haha, you guys. I genuinely think that's like part of it. I'm not saying he's not transphobic. I'm not saying he's not racist. He is all of these awful things, but he's not like he's not Pole. He's not like doing the not like Hitler salute. He's not like that kind of guy.
Yeah, I don't think he was. I don't think he could have conceived of what racism in the United States actually looks like in 2024.
Yeah, I just think he genuinely thought he was in on a joke that his fans like were letting him in on. You know.
I'm not just MAGA. I'm dark Gothic MAGA.
Dark Gothic MAGA, and that's the thing. That's like part of it. Is like he's playing like that's kind of like a little Nazi, like a little wink and a nod to like some of these Nazi people, and like I don't know. I think to a certain extent he is as awful as a lot of people like are. He absolutely is. Like he's one of the most evil people alive. But he's not like Nick Fuentes type of guy. You know, he's not quite there yet. Maybe he will be.
Like, okay, and hear me out. Don't get mad at me until I finish. Like, there is a level of intellectual curiosity and like intellectual strife that it takes to become as racist as Nick Fuentes. Like, we're talking like advanced schizo level racism. Elon is too much of a lazy dope. He's too soft. He'll never be that racist. He'll just be like base level racism, you know?
For sure. But all that aside, it's been really fucking fun watching some of these evil Nazi Groypers just ream into him and like Vivek and all of these people. I don't know, like it's just fun. Like, of course, not choosing a side, but goddamn, this has been some of the most fun I've had online. Just observing for the last maybe like year or two. Like this is one of the funniest things I've ever witnessed.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. I had kind of a bluesy Christmas. I'm not gonna lie. I'm as I get older, I'm becoming one of those miserable fuckers that like doesn't enjoy the holidays. So when this happened, it was like my joy of Christmas has returned. I was like in all my group chats, texting people. We were all listening to the spaces and stuff together, laughing. It was like, okay, I'm back in. Christmas is cool.
Christmas actually starts on December 26th. Yeah, it's Boxing Day now. But okay, so what were you gonna say, Alex?
Well, I wanted to ask about the Twitter Spaces because it feels like that's where we're leading, right?
Yeah. So essentially, what happens now? This is where we get into the Adrian Ditman thing, and
I'm a truther on that.
Elon? Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get through the clips first. This, by the way, it is I meme, therefore I am. That's the Italian person. That's
one of the all-time
screeching at Adrian Dittman. So this is a post by @Lady of Michigan, talking about one of this. There's been since a couple spaces that Adrian Dittman has participated in, and in this one, Adrian Dittman refers to, while speaking about Elon, refers to Elon as if he was Elon in the first person, a mistake that he makes quite a bit. So let's listen to this whole clip and then we'll go through the
Just to give people the top line, there's a person who is very pro Elon on Twitter who many people think is Elon. They sound very similar.
Yeah, so he goes by. I think we talked about this whole thing before, like with I think Kylie was her that journalist that we had on earlier this year. Mm-hmm. But no, so Adrian Dittman is the name of like this guy, whoever this is, whether it be Elon Musk or whoever the fuck.
Yeah.
Maybe you are kind of stupid because how exactly have I said that? How exactly have I said that? Go ahead.
Sorry,
Go ahead. Explain to me when I've said this.
I do understand I'm getting unhinged and I can talk like
no, not me at the moment.
But listen, I get really passionate about it because I can't imagine.
Yeah, probably you should put that passion somewhere else into, I don't know, informing yourself because. Sorry, stop muting me, by the way. What you're saying is absolute bullshit.
No, it's not. It's not.
Okay, then tell me where exactly I said what you claimed that I said. You're putting words in my mouth.
Listen, I'll tell you something. If I go to your fucking house and tell you how you're supposed to act, and I'll call you that you're racist.
When have I told you how to act? When have I done this?
You know, you're insane.
God.
You
sound actually unhinged, and I hope that you probably seek out the necessary medical attention that you need in order to deal with this insanity because you are a threat to the fucking platform.
I've waited a long time. So let me just make my point.
You think you're superior. That's what it is.
I don't think I'm superior to anyone. I clearly stated I have the smoothest brain on the planet.
No, you definitely think you're superior, but that's okay. The point I wanted to make...
I definitely think I'm super smooth-brained, and I think I'm like the most aerodynamic thing here. You know, like those spheres that they manufacture to test like whether or not a kilogram is actually accurate? You know, the spheres of silicon? That's how smooth my brain is.
Yeah, you're the UFOs over New Jersey.
It's so flat and such a mirror that you can see the future in it, and you don't like what you see.
Jesus Christ, you're obnoxious. All right, so the point I wanted to get to...
Okay, so these are the Groypers just beating Adrian Dittman / possibly Elon's
I maintain that it's not Elon Musk.
Okay. Let's do the article. And then we'll finish the episode out with the debate. It's a very short article.
Before we get to that, I just want to quick aside. I love that this I meme therefore I am guy. He is he sounds like the stereotype of Italian people that everyone makes. Like hey, I got a spaghetti.
Do you know the short guy in New York that yells at the guy for I can't remember his name. That yells at the guy for practicing trumpet. He's like, "Who the fuck do you think you are?" Silence the foundation upon which all artistic creativity is built. You fucking loser. That's what this person sounds like. It's awesome.
Yeah. I also love the Adrian / possibly Elon is just he just gets in this evil voice. He's like, I'm gonna, you have to, you are the problem with all of society. He just gets in this headspace where he just starts monologuing evil shit. It's crazy.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna read this article, and then it's really short, and then there's a couple clips in it that, and then we'll finish off with the great debate.
Okay,
this is from a Tribune.com article titled "Elon Musk's alleged burner account Adrien Ditman exposed after using it to defend himself on X." Elon Musk is at the center of a new controversy as social media users on X, formerly Twitter, allege that the tech billionaire used a burner account under the name Adrien Ditman to join discussions and defend himself. The account reportedly used a voice changer and actively participated in X spaces, often speaking favorably about Musk and engaging in heated exchanges with critics. And then there is friend of the show, Jim Stewartson, who has a clip where basically Musk does, I'll play it, but Ditman does the same thing where he kind of refers to himself in the first person as Elon.
Some elements of the extreme legacy MAGA movement will have to deal with it as well. Because that's how it is. And don't hate the fucking big tech bros. Because out of all of them, Elon is the only one that's giving all of these crackheads a fucking voice. I want you to try and pull that shit on fucking Facebook and see how long you last. You ungrateful motherfuckers, seriously. You keep crying censorship this, censorship that. You're not censored. Your takes just suck. Get over it. And get over yourself.
He's kind of real for that,
honestly.
Actually, though.
I'm not an enemy of anyone, but if you hate me for saying this, so fucking be it. I don't care.
So, the article continues. A widely shared clip claims that the Adrian Ditman account joined a space where the user vocally supported Musk, calling him the only one to give these crackheads a voice, adding to the suspicion. Past X spaces show the account speaking about Musk in the first person, leading many to believe that Musk himself is behind the alias. Allegations also suggest Musk exposed himself during one such session after becoming frustrated, reportedly banning users who mocked the account. That happened, by the way. So this is this next clip, for context, is from earlier in this year, or maybe even last year. It was after one of the Tesla. So Adrian Dittman got kind of notable for I guess live streaming the Tesla shareholder meetings and then having discussions about them prior to all this. And so this is a conversation that took place after one of those.
The only thing that person was able to take out of that space was moments where there are issues in semantics and moments with me. So I think we can clearly come to an establishment here that her primary focus is basically not just a problem with the product, but it seems to be a problem with Elon and anything Elon-like, given that I was literally the first thing she posted about. It's kind of obvious at this point that you have more of a problem with the person than you do with the product.
Okay. The article kind of goes on to just kind of talk about that, but it doesn't really matter. I'm going to stop.
I don't know. I'm like pretty convinced. I just don't know. Okay, Diana, what is your like counter theory? Because like it sounds like Elon. If it's not Elon, it's just like another boar from South Africa that talks exactly like him.
Thing,
like
though,
what
is
going
that
on?
it doesn't sound like Elon Musk. Listen to a clip of Elon Musk talking. Like that's not how he talks. It sounds like a guy doing an accent, probably using a voice changer to sound like Elon Musk. And like he's saying like, oh, me, da, da, da. But that doesn't prove that that's him. That proves that he's pretending to be him. You know what I mean? Like,
so you think it's a guy pretending to be Elon?
Yes.
Because
I think because that's how he makes a ton of money off the site for the engagement and pretending to be Elon, and even maybe being buddies with Elon now and having kind of an insider way of going about it. Like that. Yeah, of course he's doing that. He's making profit off of it.
I mean, that is
which is fucking crazy when you think that like Elon supports this account. He's talked about this account on his main.
Sure.
He defended Adrian Dittman in replies just today. Like someone was like, Adrian Dittman was being like a freak or something in one of those things. And Elon was like, where? Show me, link me. And it's like, okay. It's actually, if you think about this for a second, like obviously the base assumption being like, oh, he has an alt account, which we know he's done in the past. That's very funny. Think about it and stay with me for a second. It's much funnier if it's not him, because this is a person who wants to wear Elon Musk's fucking skin.
Exactly.
And Elon, instead of doing the normal human thing, which is like, dude, get the fuck away from me. We got to put this guy in jail, doc. He's like, oh, actually, that's very epic based.
Yeah.
And it's like best friends with this guy. That's crazy.
No, I do have to say that theory, if that's true, that's almost objectively funnier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like that is fucking
that's
funny.
what I feel.
But I like that's almost like too perfect though, that it's like just some guy, maybe not even too perfect, but it's just like all signs to me point that this is actually Elon, because like
I don't know.
Adrian Dittman is like so defensive of Elon for like no apparent reason. Like he gets elevated. They all are, but like not like how Adrian is. Like I listened to a space for like 2 hours, like 2 days ago now. And like Adrian knows too much about rocket fuel. Like he was talking about
anybody can.
I don't know. Like he was talking about
in fact, I would argue that Elon Musk doesn't know anything about rocket fuel. Okay,
that's
like for real.
Shit.
So like your claim is that Adrian Dittman is smarter than Elon Musk because he's a different guy.
Yes.
How hard could it be to be smart?
Okay, another thing is that Elon Musk like has a stutter and he says a lot, and he has a lot of trouble getting out a coherent sentence. Adrian doesn't.
Like, that's true.
Yeah,
that is true, and that's like a big part of it. Where I'm like, maybe it's not, but I don't know. Like the way that the way that Adrian talks sometimes, the type of jokes he makes. Like Adrian Dittman, I don't know how much you've listened to him, but whenever he tries to make a joke, he makes a joke as if he's on Family Guy.
Yeah.
Like all of his jokes are references to other things, and it's just like
I
don't know. This is like
Elon Musk make a joke.
That's okay. Shit. Shit. Wait, you kind of have me there.
I'm sorry, everybody, but like every time someone's tried to convince me, I have become more convinced in the opposite direction.
I'm of two minds on this because, first of all, where do you get a voice changer that sounds like Elon Musk?
AI does. Yeah.
Yeah, they have a bunch of them.
That's
actually real easy to get.
Very
what?
easy. Oh yeah, I could spoof you right now, Alex.
Do not. I don't actually.
I'm just suddenly
They're
Alex.
fairly convincing, actually.
Yeah, people get scammed now where they spoof a relative's voice and then call them and be like, "Oh, I just got into an accident" or something like that. And
So I've seen that done before, but I've only seen that done in the only capacity I've seen that done in is pre-recorded lines that they've written out for AI to
No, they have like AI voice changers for like Discord and Skype and stuff now.
Yeah.
It's like it's very affordable. I was looking into this last time we were arguing.
TikTok, even on TikTok, you can use an AI voice changer for your videos.
I had a good run, but I'm out on all of it.
Hey, listen, I'm not trying to have an argument here. Also, do not at me about this. I don't want to argue with you.
Yeah, but if you the at to not at is at really calm.
No. But yeah,
I don't know. I think at the end of the day, I think both scenarios are just objectively very funny.
Sure.
I think it's insanely funny if it is Elon just kind of going on this alt account where he's pretending to be some guy and just like raging at people. He's like yelling at all these people. He gets so mad on this, like if this is him, or if it is just some dude pretending to be Elon. That's even funnier because he's like, I will die trying to pretend to be the worst, most worst
That's
person
like
alive.
just me and Laura Loomer now. I got to get a Laura Loomer.
Laura
channel.
is real. No one could ever pretend to be Laura Loomer, you know?
I don't know. Just insane scenario. I'll be honest. I still do think it's him. I do.
That's okay.
Because he does
I'm
do
not
weird
going to fight
alts.
you, but I maintain.
So
You're going to kill me. You're going to kill me.
We got one for each. I'm still on the fence. Alex, where are you at on this?
I think that everyone had. I think I'm too dumb to know the answer.
Yeah.
But in the interest of people not adding Diana and bothering her about it, I agree with Diana. So if you have any problems, come to this guy. Come to this guy. I'll tell you what's up.
Oh, Alex, thank you.
I'm just glad, to wrap this up, I'm just really glad we got to laugh about the worst people alive, like melting down online recently. Like, when's the last time we had that?
It's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
It's my Christmas
God, it
wish.
was so funny. Just like the greatest, despite how the world's going, just like the greatest time to be online, frankly, in the last like 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, some hopeful news for all of you. We rarely get to do that. So some hopeful news about this is that it's not going away, because Steve Bannon is very, very invested in this. Steve Bannon is going to be pushing this schism quite a bit. So even if Trump has sided with Elon publicly, I would imagine that Steve Bannon will have more attack dogs.
Wait, why is Steve Bannon invested in this in particular?
Because he's like the fucking Starship Troopers bug, but like it's the reverse. He's the racism bug.
No, he has a lot of. This has been his project for a long time, is to shift the like national conversation to that like sphere, to that like kind of Groyper sphere. He's created. Everyone in that space is around because of him, essentially.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So even if like, and like maybe he doesn't have a direct line, or his line to Trump has been somewhat severed since his first administration, there are people in Trump's cabinet that are Bannon guys. There are people all around Trump that are Bannon guys. There are people like my queen Laura who are Bannon guys. This is not going to go away anytime soon, I don't think.
God, I hope we get this like every day. I hope I like wake up and log on every day and get this. Oh my God, that would be just amazing. Oh,
the way you just said that, do you remember how the Charlie Daniels, the guy who sang The Devil Went Down to Georgia, his Twitter account was super, super right wing. And he tweeted every day, Benghazi ain't going away.
Yes.
Yeah. Is that where that meme came from? I didn't know.
Yes. And then he died. And now
catchphrase.
either his estate or his relatives are still fucking out there tweeting Benghazi.
Yeah. I think it's funnier if he was like on his deathbed. He was like, I gotta schedule out 1,000 tweets for the next 1,000 days.
Oh my God.
Scheduled it himself.
I hope that's the case.
But Benghazi will not go away on my watch.
Okay.
Never forget.
Okay. What do we got to plug? We're at the hour.
Can I plug one of my one of my favorite tweets of today?
Yeah.
From Elon Musk. Please post a bit more positive, beautiful, or informative content on this platform. Just a little message for everyone out there.
That's true. That's true. We should all take that into consideration.
That is fucking unreal.
God.
Damn, this is like this will be the first show that launches after our Chicago live show tickets are available. Get them quick because there's only a certain amount. The pre-sale sold so fast I had to add some extra ones in there. But now they're open to everybody, not just our Patreon subscribers. So you can go to wkchicago.brownpapertickets.com and you can get tickets there for $20. That's wkchicago.brownpapertickets.com, and I'll put that in the show notes. We're at the Lincoln Lodge in Chicago. It's going to be a blast on March 15th. See you there.
It's going to be super fun. Yeah. Come come watch us talk about all this bullshit in person. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah. Diana, you got anything to plug?
No, you can follow me for my bullshit on dianathirst.bisky.social or Twitter, really calm. If you must.
Awesome.
They must, by the way. You must.
And
yeah.
remember what I said. If any of you come for her, I'm white knighting.
That's what I'm. Yeah.
He's